Hello and welcome to today's episode or this week's episode of the Best Today podcast. Today we're talking about one simple way to prioritize your mental, physical, and emotional well-being. And if you're listening in real time, I'm going to tell you about a challenge that we're hosting in February of 2022. And I want you to join us. If you're listening outside of that time, you can start this challenge today. It does not matter when you're listening to this. Today's episode is relevant 365 days of the year. So let's get started and talk about what we're doing this February and how you can take this practice with you any day of the year, time of the year. So like I mentioned, we are doing what we are calling the Plan One Thing Challenge. And if you're familiar with one of our products called Today's One Thing, as it stands today, it is a fantastic pad that helps you to just proactively plan one thing for your day, one thing for your mental, emotional, physical well-being, and then one important result or outcome for the day. So we're taking that concept, but we're just focusing on your emotional, mental, and physical health. Every single day, again, if you use the Best Today Guide, our hero product, you know every day in the plan the next day, there's a section where you are writing out what you're going to do for your mental, emotional, and physical well-being, your health, every single day. And we want that to be something that you prioritize every single day, not, once a week or, once a quarter I do this or once a month I do that. Taking care of your mental, physical, and emotional health isn't this Instagram social media version of quote unquote self-care. It is self-love. It is maintaining and taking care of you, your body, your mind, every day. And it does not have to be something that takes up 14 hours of your day. You get to decide because what you need is depending on you and it depends on the day, the circumstance, the season that you're in. But what we're doing in this challenge is, I'll get to the details in one second, but I want to first tell you the point of it. It is to help you to normalize, make very normal, just as normal as you're sitting while you're listening to me. You may not realize it, but you've inhaled and exhaled multiple times already. I want thinking about what you need mentally, emotionally, and physically to be as innate as inhaling and exhaling. Your brain is always seeking it out, looking for it, protecting you, helping you to see the times in your day where I need this thing. I need this for my mental well-being. I need this for my emotional well-being. I need to do this for my physical well-being. So that's why we're doing this. This is a cornerstone of what we teach in general at Best Today. And so what the challenge looks like is every single day, you will proactively plan one thing that you will do for your mental, emotional, and physical well-being. Okay. Mental, emotional, and physical well-being. Every day you will plan one thing that you will do. Now that one thing can be one thing that does all three for you. It can be three different things. It can be two things. But you get to plan it and you're going to do it proactively. And you get the check. You check it off once you've actually done it in that day, right? So it's two parts: proactively planning it the day before and then doing it the next day. And then you report back on the day you've done something for your mental, emotional, and physical health. If you want to get the graphic to share on social media, you can go to besttodayguide.com/challenge. We also will have there the document you can print out for the month of February, and you can use that, just print it out for yourself, check it off, or put it on your iPad, check it off each day. If you miss a day, does that mean you failed and no, okay, I won't do anything? No, that means you will pick it back up. Okay. There are no excuses here. If you just learned about the challenge on day 4, does that mean you can't do it? No, you start on day 4 and you finish it out. And maybe you go 4 days into March. Okay. If you're listening to this episode and it's September 2052, guess what? That's really cool. But also you start today and you keep going for the next 28 to 30 days straight. Okay. So one simple way to prioritize your mental, physical, emotional health daily is to proactively decide what you need, what you will do before the day gets there. Now, the point again of this is building consistency. consistency in thinking about it the day before, ahead of time, proaction, thinking ahead, but really, like I said, getting in the habit of thinking of what you need so that taking care of your well-being, your health is a normal habit and part of your life and not something you do once a week or once a month, okay? Or once a whenever. I want you to realize that it doesn't take a lot of time or these grand efforts to prioritize what you need for yourself. And I want you to then see the benefits of how this is going to build up when you make it a part of your daily life consistently over time. Now, if you'd like to share ideas, because I know a lot of times people like, it may seem when you hear these terms like emotional well-being, mental well-being, physical health, physical well-being, you're like, well, I think our minds go to the extreme as a way to make excuses for why we can't do it. You think, well, I can't run a mile. I'm going to run a mile, or I have to go to therapy, or I have to, have a good cry. Hey, those could be your things, but it doesn't have to be that. It can be something that takes you 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 1 minute, because all of us are different and all of us have different needs. So don't disregard yourself, your humanity, because you think, or you've told yourself, you've created this story, this narrative that this is for people who have the luxury of doing this. No, this is for the people who want to continue to live and live well and to be healthy and to live intentional lives. And that's the people who listen to this podcast. So I know it's you. Okay. So excuses are out the door. We're not doing that here. Not allowed. Excuses are not allowed here. Guilt is not allowed here. Shame is not allowed here. None of those exist here. They're not welcome. What is allowed here is owning the fact that you have control over your life, over your health, over your well-being, and doing this will help you to see that perhaps more than ever. For some of you, this is going to be simple. It's going to be easy. You do it already. I do this already, right? If you're using the Best Today guide, chances are this is going to be a breeze. But join us anyway, because this is going to help those other people who are this is really, really new. And they're like, how does this, this feels hard. Okay. So I'm going to give you some examples. I'm going to give you some questions to ask yourself to really help you when you're thinking about this. So if you're trying to decide, okay, what do you do what does it mean to do something for your mental health? What does it mean to do something for your emotional health? I think physical, a lot of people understand, but I want to make sure we even understand that one well. So I'm going to talk about each one. Okay. The first one is your mental well-being, your mental health. This is the question I want you to ask yourself when you're thinking about what you need. What will help me best respond to the stressors in my upcoming day? Because you're going to be planning this the day before. So after you've thought about what you have coming up the next day, you think, what will be the best thing? What will help me best respond to the stressors in my upcoming day? If your next day is chill and the only thing you have planned to do is sit on the couch and eat a bowl of cereal, you probably don't have a ton of stressors coming in your day. So maybe what you need in that day is different. Maybe that is what you're doing for your mental health, right? Sitting on the couch, resting a whole entire day. But if you know tomorrow you have some uncomfortable conversations you're going to be having, you have some work that is really challenging you and causing you to doubt yourself or your capabilities, we want to really be thinking about, what do I need to do that will help me best respond to these stressors that are in my upcoming day? Okay. So that's what you're thinking about. That's the question you're answering. And we have these 3 questions also in the show notes at besttodayguide.com/48. So you can find that at besttodayguide.com/48. That's your mental. Emotional. This is the question I want you to ask yourself. What will help me to maintain control or awareness over my thoughts, my feelings, and my behaviors? What will help you, or you ask yourself, what will help me maintain control or awareness over my thoughts, feelings, and behaviors? And for your physical health well-being, what will help my body function at its best? Are you resting? Are you drinking your water? Are you being mindful of the things that you're intaking in your mouth? What are you intaking in your body in general? Physical health. Okay. I think a lot of times when people think of physical health, they think of exercise, which of course has great benefits to our body. But really for me, and I'll talk about this in a second, exercise does more for me mentally and emotionally than anything else, far more. Of course, it has fantastic results on my body, on my health, my cardiovascular, all of my, everything in my body is great. But for me, when I think of the body, I think about the things I'm intaking. What am I eating? What am I drinking? What am I doing to my actual body? Am I giving it the rest that it needs? Am I keeping it clean? Am I keeping it moisturized? Am I keeping it, fueled well? But you, again, get to decide what those things look like for you. Okay. At Best Today, we exist to help women just like you be your best one today at a time. So each week on the podcast, we are going to highlight your stories and your voices. So let's see what's in the inbox today.
I love my Best Today guide because it has freed me from being constantly busy. I can wake up in the morning and read a book if I want to. I don't have to jump straight into work because I know when that stuff will get done. At the end of the day, there are no more clouds of shame hanging over me, reminding me what I should be doing instead of enjoying myself. I love my Best Today guide for giving me back my free time.
Emma, I love hearing that so much. If you want to experience this joy, this freedom, this peace, this new way of life, how we help to transform how you plan and live out your days, I want to invite you to go to besttodayguide.com. We have a product quiz that you can find right there on our website, or you can go to besttodayguide.com/quiz and take the quiz to determine what product is best for you right now. Is it the Best Today Guide? Is it Right Now Routine? Is it Plans Be Done? Is it our Week Today bundle? The quiz will tell you exactly what you need. And remember, for those of you who are ordering the Best Today Guide, it comes with your first month in the Best Today community for free. We cannot wait to meet you. We cannot wait to provide you with the products, the community, and the continued content to help you to transform how you plan and live out your days. So I know since you're listening to this podcast, you're a person who wants to live your days with intention. You believe in our 4 pillars of proaction, intentionality, self-awareness, and self-love. So today is today to go to besttodayguide.com and order your Best Today Guide, or take the product quiz to determine what product is best for you right now. Again, that's besttodayguide.com. And thank you so much, Emma, for sharing your love of the Best Today Guide. So next, I know you're going to ask for examples. Number 1, if you have examples that really work for you, I'd love for you to share them over at besttodayguide.com/48. There are comments down. There's a comment section at the bottom. Share yours. I'm sure other people would love to go there, and there'll be a wealth of knowledge to build up over time. I'm going to share a few of mine. I don't do all of these every day. When I think about each one, these are some of the things I wrote down in my year-end review and /self-check-in. Speaking of which, if you have not downloaded your year-end review /self-check-in, it is a free download we've provided for you all. It is fantastic. One of the questions to ask you there is focusing again on your health. But you can download that. We'll put a link to it at besttodayguide.com/48. We'll include that in the show notes as well. But when I did my end of the year review or my self-check-in, one of the things, you write about the things you've done that have worked well for you for each one of these. So I'm going to share some of those for you. Okay. But again, I don't do all of these every day, but I do something every single day for all 3 of these. Okay. All right. So which one do I have first on my list? For my mental health, exercise, riding on my bike, lifting weights, journaling and writing, walking outside are just some of the things that I do. For me, it's just, there's something about like when I'm lifting weights, doing something that feels, I don't know. It's just something about like the actual lifting of weights, like and facing a physical challenge that really helps me mentally. It reminds me that if I can handle this, I am strong enough to overcome any other type of stressor or obstacle in my way. And it becomes that I don't even really have to tell myself that, but my body knows it. It's like we've done hard things. Remember, we never rode a bike before. Then we got a Peloton bike and you ride it every day and you've gotten stronger and stronger. You never ran before. Then you became a runner and you've gotten stronger and stronger. You didn't lift those weights before. Now you have. You can do hard things. Hard things come in life. Stressors come in life. My body already knows mentally we can do this. We've done harder things. So for me, it's really helpful writing again because it just helps me to kind of clear out and acknowledge how I feel. And really, a lot of the things I'm going to say for emotional could work for mental as well. For some of the things I do for emotional, keeping space in my schedule. I don't allow my schedule to be jam packed, like back to back to back to back to back to back. That's for my own emotional health. That's going to help me maintain control over my behavior and feelings. I don't want to feel like there was no breathing space in my day. And like, okay, oh my gosh, I got to hurry up and get off with this thing because I got to move on to this thing. I don't want to feel that way. And so in order not to feel that way, I proactively ensure that my schedule does not look like that. That protects my emotional health. So I don't go flip off on someone like, because I'm so stressed out because the day just feels full. I just don't even like it to feel full. Even if it's manageable, manageable isn't enough. That's like, oh, I'm just getting by in life. I don't want to get by in anything. I want to thrive at a few things that matter, and that's it. I don't need to get by on a lot of things. I want to thrive on a few that matter. Okay. So that's for me. Time with myself. I have to have time alone every single day, even if it's just, and at least 25 minutes, just a minute to like check in. How you doing, girl? What's going on? How you feeling? Okay. This is what's coming up in the day. Just, I need that time for me, time for whatever it is I need for me. Asking myself, another thing is asking myself, what do I need in this moment? When I find myself upset, frustrated, or anything that I don't want to feel, I want to honor and explore the why of why I feel the way I feel and what I need. That is something I do for my own emotional well-being. I go to bed on time. There's a huge difference when I'm well rested and when I'm not. There's a huge difference in when I stick to my routines and when I don't. And so for me, that is very important for my emotional health. Going to bed on time is also important for my physical health. Instagram, only during allotted times, no extra scrolling. Instagram, social media in general, but Instagram is my only social media. So that's why I say Instagram. But it is not, I don't care if all you follow are people who post positive quotes. That it ain't it. That ain't it, right? Social media is deteriorating a generation's mental and emotional health, in my opinion. And so I use it very strategically and intentionally, and only strategically and intentionally. I don't want to get lost in the scroll, right? There are much better things for me to do at my time, even if it is sitting and staring at the wall. So that's another thing for me. For my physical well-being and health, cooking with organic foods, eating vegetables, drinking lots and lots and lots and lots of water, stretching, making sure my body is, able to like move and flow. I stretch a lot, I roll a lot. Closing my move and exercise ring with some type of movement, even if it is stretching, even if it's restorative yoga, which is really like lying still in these comfortable movements, right? Workouts don't always have to be rigorous. And I don't want to be sore 7 days a week. But taking care of my physical body with what I intake, with what I do with it, how I move it. Those are just some examples of what I do for each one of those. And so you get to decide what the things are for you. It could be something like lighting my favorite candle, because when I smell that scent, it just calms me and soothes me. And that's something that helps me to kind of remain calm, or whatever it is. The options are endless. Okay. So you decide what you're going to do. What might be helpful is for you to just jot down, what are those things in general for your mental, emotional, physical well-being. And then each day you can kind of pick from them. So having like some go-tos are really great. But some days you're going to find like, oh, I need this specifically because of the specifics that are coming up in this day. So I want you to join us for this fantastic challenge. If you're listening in real time, we're going to be doing this all of February. You can download the graphic to share on social, where you're showing us like your days checked off with like an icon or a little GIF that you mark over each day. You also can get a checklist that you can print out for yourself to do it by hand by going to besttodayguide.com/challenge. Now, a few notes. Number one, do not stop, or do not choose not to share, or don't not share because you miss a day. It's okay if you show us a graphic that has a day that doesn't have a check, right? We're going to keep going. And number two, I want to make sure you enjoy this challenge because it's meant to be for your good and enjoyed. And number three, I want you to share with us throughout. So the reason we created a social graphic is so that you could share over on Instagram and tag us at The Best Today Brand, or text us your chart along the way a few days. You can text us at 404-737-1002. And if you're not in the Best Today community, this is an excellent time to join for the accountability and to hear the stories and to share your experience. If you don't know what our community is, it is our actively engaged digital community. And it's the number one place if you're on the journey of living a life of intention, prioritizing your mental, emotional, and physical well-being daily. Inside, we have encouragement, support, live calls, co-working hours, guided journal prompts, the curriculum created to help you to get clear on who you are and what you want. All of this is locked behind our private community that you can access online or through an app on your Android or Apple devices. So you can join us by going to besttodaycommunity.com. Remember that your first month in the community is always free when you purchase the Best Today Guide. So if you've been thinking about the Best Today Guide, you can order the Best Today Guide. You get that and your first month in the community for free. So that's what I've got for you today. One simple way to prioritize your mental, physical, and emotional health daily is to plan it proactively the day before and ensure that you actually get that done and making that a habit. And we're going to do that in this challenge in February or whenever you're listening, the Plan One Thing Challenge. Join us, and I'm so excited about it. Let me know if you're going to be joining us, and don't forget to go to besttodayguide.com/challenge. I'm really looking forward to it. So until then, when we get started, I want to say thank you for being present with me for this week's episode of the Best Today podcast. Until next time, remember that you are capable and you are worthy of being your best one today at a time. And you have everything you need to have everything you want. So go on right now and shout it out as you continue to live it out one today at a time. This is what my best today looks like. I'll see you during the challenge, and I'll talk to you again on the next episode. If you enjoyed this week's episode of the Best Today podcast, you are going to love the Best Today Guide. Our Better Than a Planner guide teaches you how to get clear on what you want, identify your self-destructive habits and behaviors, and intentionally create space to prioritize yourself every single day. Don't go the journey to being your best one today at a time without the Best Today Guide. See inside its pages and order yours today at besttodayguide.com. Even better, when you order the Best Today Guide, we gift you with your first month free inside of the Best Today membership. So what are you waiting for? We're giving you everything you need to trade busy for intention. Go to besttodayguide.com and order yours today and join thousands of women across the globe proclaiming each day, this is what my best today looks like.